It's called
This is the gamer.
Can it hear me right now?
Nope. It only hears you when you use the wake word we chose.
Alexa.
Well, what does it do?
Alexa! So what do you do?
So basically, we would do this, and then boom.
Awesome. Huh. Alexa, play rock music.
Alexa!
Hey, what's going on, Destiny Knights? Name is Easy the Gamer. Welcome back to another D6 video. So today, what we're going to be talking about is, I don't know what's going on with me. I keep doing stuff like that. We're going to talk about overpowered units. Reason why is, I've noticed a lot of people in the comments, or not a lot of people, I've noticed, or people have told me that in the global server, there aren't some of the heroes that we have now, that I've been having, that a lot of people have been having in Destiny 6. I'm guessing they're releasing them little by little, which is really weird. I don't understand, but let me give y'all a little, basically a little rundown why these heroes are overpowered. So when you get the chance to get them or whatever, you know which ones to look forward to. Let me first start off with this girl. I actually just got a crest for her. I bought a crest because just for the heck of it. Actually, what the heck? When did I get these attack crests? NANI? I don't even remember me getting these. What? Okay, so I know this one I just got. Okay, so let's go ahead and see where it goes to +6. This is usually how I decide for the orbs and crests and whatnot. Let's see +6, which two subsets it gives me. I'm looking for status activation for her and hopefully skill cooldown. That's actually a high roll as well, so that's pretty good. Resistance to that is not that bad, to be honest. The thing about this is that I just did an orb actually, and you know I want to do it on camera, but I feel like it's gonna take forever. Maybe I'll show it next video. Towards the comment that told me that, okay, so this one is not too crazy, this one's not too crazy as well, but it does have status activation. What is this one? You know what, let's see what this brings, +6. Because those are the actual stats you want to look for this girl. So flat HP, it's not really what you want to look for when it comes to crests and orbs and whatever. Actually, I should have done. Actually, no. You know what? I should even do a guide on crest. I'll let somebody else who actually does the who actually like +15 their crest and whatnot. I do not usually. I do not do that. So, well, okay. So this one is a bit better than that. But anyways, this girl is one of the most overpowered units in the game. Okay, so this girl, I love her. People were telling me that y'all don't have scissors. Oh. Actually, she's one of the ones that carried me to the point where I'm at right now. She basically, like, Nightmare was actually really difficult for a lot of people. Of course, the ones with like the really overpowered orbs and whatnot, they were able to push through it. But people like noobs like me weren't able to actually do it until this girl came out. So what makes her so crazy? It's a trio. Let's talk about the trio. What makes a hero good in the first place? It's their skills, skill 1, skill 2, and then on top of that, their leader skill. That's the trio. You want to look for the trio. If some of them don't require the trio, but I'm talking about her specifically because she's one of the ones. She's one of the flexible ones that can be used. Literally, you can use her with concentration and what's it called? And vitality, just because of the fact that she's that flexible. I don't understand why she's at 98%. I think she's at 98% because the other 2% are the haters, or not haters. I don't know why I say haters. The people who don't like her. She seems because she's at the point where she's way too overpowered. So let me go over her skills, right? So as you can see up here, it says she's a breaker and healer. That's literally what her skills are. So our breaker right here, it's a charging. It's a charging skill and it has a debuff. So you want to have status activation on her. You want to have a lot of status activation and a lot of HP as well, because it says equal to 75% of max HP, which she it doesn't just do 1 damage. No, it's like it continuously does damage for about a good 5 seconds or something like that, and then she's off on her own. Okay, so and on top of that, when you max skill her, it goes up to 3, I believe. Yeah, it shows right there. It goes up to 3 break points, which is really good for 1 person break. Then her heal is so crazy. Once she has his heal up, you're practically done. If you're using her in arena, then you practically can get back up to full HP with her. So what you can already see right there, HP recover and debuff removed. So basically she lands a circle at a certain point, at a certain area in the map or in the stage, and if your characters are within that circle, your debuffs get cleansed. If you get out of that circle, you do not lose that healing. You actually get that healing over time. You get it's a little buff, so it can be stripped. But the skill itself will cleanse like everything. So if you land heal recovery debuff, whatever, nope, that's gone. Anything stun, gone. If she lands this skill before you do the stun, so let's say you hit your stun skill, right, and then she's like nope, puts the heal, it will stun them for a split second and then they're back up. That's what makes it so overpowered. And on top of that, like 12% of max of the team HP or the caster's HP 6 times. So that's over 50% of HP given to you right there. Okay, so that's already overpowered. So it's like she does crits. Both of her skills do damage, by the way. Don't think that just because it's a heal. No, it does damage as well. So I think it even says it, immediate HP recovery of 35% of the caster's HP inside the attack range. So that's within the circle. Damage equal to 83% of the caster's max HP. So what I do with her when it comes, I hope it's the twin arena. I hope it's a twin arena, because I don't do arena as much, even though I have freaking 600, 700 freaking keys. Tell me it's twin arena. No, it's not twin arena. Dang it. Oh, pair arena is next week. I really want to show off this one team. So it basically includes her sister, her, and then Bonito. Reason being is because no matter what you do, like you just click, there's 3 or 4 skills and they will continuously do damage. So it's like, it's not just one big nuke after another. No, it's like boom, 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 which is insane. So yeah, so I put both of these on top of each other. So basically she does that, and then I put the heal on top, not because I need the heal, but for the extra damage. And then they're practically dead with the overwhelming damage. Okay, so now let's talk about her leader skill. I don't know where the heck she has her leader skill, to be honest. Change position. What the hell? Oh no, never. Sorry, I was like, what? Change position? What are you talking about? Okay, well you can see it here. Decreases damage taken by ally heroes by 25%. This is the team I actually use for Sylva's, because it completely wrecks me. Actually, one of my guildies, shout out to y'all. I actually saw the team that y'all posted in the in the group chat, and it includes this girl being here and then having her here. It'd be one of the fastest teams, but unfortunately I do not have her on the best orb. So right now this is my Sylva's team. I really want to get her on the really good orb so I can actually do that. But anyways, so yeah, so she does insane heal, she does damage. You can ruin her for damage, or ruin orb, whatever, orb her for damage, and on top of that, her leader skill is insane. You can use her either on the strike or in the leader skill position, either way, and you can use her practically everywhere. You know, it's not suggested. The thing is that they sort of nerfed her on the way. I'm freaking 9 minutes in talking about this girl. Point is, she's one of the ones that you can easily orb. You don't need to put like obviously you want to put like the best stats on her for this. The thing about her is that if you want the perfect elk, of course you want to put the perfect stats on her. But if you just put vitality, and she will still land the debuffs, but you know, I feel like she's one of the easier ones to orb because you just put HP and maybe skill cooldown or whatever. I feel like just putting HP is enough for her. So she's just excellent there. Alright, next one. I feel like he's the easiest damage dealer to orb. Not stat wise, I just feel like you just lap some orbs on him. Don't put freaking what is it, bravery. Put iron wall or concentration. Either one is good. This guy will help you so much through the game. Rock June. He if hopefully he does come out soon for y'all. I have not seen anything. Actually, we did get a download in the game recently. I haven't looked at the website yet. I should look at it and see what's going on with it, because I did see that we did get downloading resources and whatnot. But anyways, so I do not have the information on when y'all are going to get it or whatnot, or get these guys, but his kit is so insane. Okay, this is one of the biggest nuking skills in the game. I don't think anybody comes close to this guy. There are other heroes that actually do. Let's actually take a look, because I feel like Scissor Gunter arguably can do a lot of damage, but in faction boss. Is there anybody else can do insane nuke? No. There's of course Rock Bonito, which I will be talking about in a little bit, but this guy does an insane amount of damage. He's a tanky bruiser. He will freaking knock somebody from full health to low health. You've seen me use him in Giants. He will completely wreck anything in a line. So boom, dead. You know. So and on top of that, he ignores defense, and the little downside is that he uses HP, your current HP, the team's HP, a little bit for him to use this skill. But I feel like it's worth it compared to how much damage he actually does. This skill was actually nerfed. I'm guessing before you, I don't know if it has hit y'all servers yet, but this guy used to, everybody used to use he used to be so completely broken. You think he's broken now, he was broken a lot, like he used to be really broken. So what he used to do is every hit, so now it's like every hit he does for one ally, I believe. Yeah, a random ally skill cooldown. So instead of it just being a random ally, it used to be everybody. So if he would land, or if he would actually do the this dance or whatever per hit, he would decrease everybody. So like when faction boss came out, that's where it was really focused on, where he was just, you didn't need Scissors Carletta at that point, because he just brought everybody's skill cooldowns so low. You didn't even need it. You didn't even need her. So that's why it had to be nerfed. It's a stacking skill as well, which is insane. But and of course does it like a small percentage chance for him to actually do AoE damage. So he does a little punches, then sort of explodes. But he's still one of the best units. People didn't like the nerf. I don't like nerfs personally, but I feel like he's still really good in the meta. He's still in the meta. He's still used everywhere. If you look at speed teams, whatever, he's still being used. So he's one of the best. You can orb him easily. I feel like you put him on Iron Wall or Concentration. I feel like even if you put him on Bravery, he'll still do really good. Just make sure his slot 3 is percentage, and you're good. Actually, at some point, I actually had him on Vitality. I had everybody on Vitality at some point, because that was the easiest stage I can farm to get 4-star orbs. But so yeah, so this guy, insanely good. Would recommend you fully skill him up. He's actually one of the ones that you do want to fully skill up, and not just one of the skills. It's him and Scissor Elk that I feel like both of the skills are really good. Let's go ahead and talk about Carletta. We were just talking about her. Let's talk about her. I feel like we've spoken about her, but we haven't really gone into depth why these are so good. So what makes Carletta June so good in I feel like I want to show y'all in arena, because there used to be a meta, and the meta has changed a lot since then. So let's go ahead and go here. Actually, I want to, where is, boom, boom, boom. And I feel like it didn't matter what you put. You can put this girl, like, it doesn't really matter. Oh, you know what? Yeah, she only heals. She doesn't put She didn't put a shield. So let's go ahead and do. I know it's a beginning. I still haven't done my goddamn. It's been a crazy week. So what happens within this? Okay, so let's bring the speed down. Let's bring the speed down before. Okay, so basically we would do this, and then boom, and then on top of that, because we have the invincibility shield, we would not take damage, because you know how Rock June's skill, you actually do take damage from that. That's how it used to be. Oops, I didn't mean to go back into the lobby. That's how it used to be. And then on top of that, like what makes it even worse is that Carletta has a heal, so you will always eventually you will have her skill up, so you eventually practically don't even take damage. So let me show you what I mean by we take damage. So if you look at right there, oh dang it, they died. I forgot. It's still the sort of reset for me, anyways. Okay, so as you saw, it's not that insane. It's not that insane damage that we do take, but like you saw right there, we didn't take any damage from them. It was just literally from us. But this is a team that was such cancer before. It it was like, I mean, it probably still is. Reason why it's actually much easier now is because we have a lot more control units and stuff like that. Like I mentioned, Sister L came out. She actually made it possible that we. Oh crud! They have the invincibility. See, look, we have it up again. Do it again. We have it up again. Anyways, but what made this team so crazy is just his shield. His shield, no debuffs, no nothing. He, at some point, I was getting cooked by him because he wouldn't take the stun. I didn't have enough status activation on my Scissor out, so he would put his shield up, and then I'd be like, well, crap. Once he puts his shield up, he actually, like, depending on how much buff duration you have, I've seen 11, 12-second shields. So it's like his shield will never run out, practically. So you always do this, boom, and then do this, and then we'll have all of our skills up eventually. Like, look at this. They're dead anyways. And it's like, this is why skill cooldown is one of the craziest subsets in the game. I actually talked about that a few days ago, or a couple days ago. And I know, I'm sorry, yesterday I actually wanted to take a day off. I was so beat, I was so tired. I wasn't even sure if I wanted to record today. I was so, like, I'm so tired. We need a little break sometimes, you know, guys. So anyways, so this one's actually a bit tankier, so let's go ahead and do this, boom. Not as much damage, but and then on top of that, what makes him even crazier is that he does damage. He has a break skill which stuns him for a little bit. It's like all in one, basically. It's basically like an all in one type of deal, which is insane to me. All right, so I talked about how what makes June good, what makes Carletta good, what makes this guy good, and we just talked about him, so it really does no difference, but it's his shield. This guy is him, and actually Sister Carletta, you can actually skip out on their second skills. You only need to focus on this one, the skill cooldown, and Adonis's shield. Like I said, I do not know which ones are out on global server. If you have this guy already, you can practically pass the more difficult parts in the game, because this shield is just that good. I feel like I have him orbed. I'm lost for words. I don't even know why. I have him orbed on defense because he does damage according to defense here. So I was like, eh, why not? You know, I just have him on defense. You can have him on vitality. It's not required for you to have defense. As long as you have good substats. Like, if you have a better set of vitality, orbs, and or like, let's say you have a better set of vitality orbs compared to, like, let's say 2-star, 3-star Iron Wall. Do vitality. He will do good. I feel like I have Carletta on the same thing. Yeah, I have her on vitality and bravery, just because of the fact that it doesn't matter. It all matters is the skill cooldown, and I have her on 47% skill cooldown. Not the best, I'll probably get better if I actually plus 15 these things, but unfortunately I don't get much luck from them. Like this one could be okay. I'll actually probably plus 15, or actually that one's not even that's not even a 4-star. I try not to do 3-star crest because I feel like it's no use. But yeah, so let's talk about Bonito. This guy came out a while back, and YDCB did a video on him, and I was like, man, he looks insane. I was hoping to get him, and I never got him. Like, funny enough, I actually summoned him last week when the rotation was up, and I didn't mean to. Like, I was just like, oh, whatever, and it happened. I never summoned him up until that point. The way I got him, actually, and the thing is that I hope y'all know this. Y'all are collecting rubies and all that, because here you can actually get heroes, like actual nat 5s here. So they actually come up here, and they're about 8,000 rubies. So it's a good investment. I invested in getting him because I was just so obsessed with getting him. It was a meme at some point because I couldn't get him at all. It was just so insane. So what makes this dude insane? This dude is basically the key to speedruns. Why? Is because he's one of the units that actually does damage without using an actual skill. He doesn't have to use his skill. Like, of course you have to activate it, but he doesn't have to. Like Rock June, he has to activate his skill, and then it gets on cooldown and whatever. This guy, he doesn't need that. Like once he has it on, no matter wherever he's facing, he will hit a target with like purple waves, and it does insane amount of damage. It practically shreds them. So this thing, do not feel underwhelmed. This skill listen, it has to be skilled up. It has to be skilled up, because at first I got him and I was like, oh, okay, cool, I got him, I can't wait to use him. And then I had him on like 3 or 4 skill cooldowns. I mean, skill Ragoons in him, and nothing. I was just like, I didn't see much damage. I was like, I don't get the hype. I was like, I guess you need godly orbs on him. And then I got him fully maxed on this skill, and then he suddenly like, whoa, what the heck happened? He just suddenly like just started doing a whole bunch of damage. That's what it is. It's just the skill cooldown. And I mean why do I keep saying skill cooldown? The skills here, you can actually do it here. I actually am going to probably do maybe I'll probably do a Ragoon video. If you want to see how to get a whole bunch of Ragoons, I'll probably make a video on it anyways, to see how many you can actually get within a week, or not a week, within the game actually. So but anyways, we'll go ahead and get on that later. He defense ignores on both skills, by the way. Defense ignores on both skills. So it says it down there. Ignores 80% of the target's damage when the special attacks are landing. So it's like, that's why he shreds everything. And then here, defense ignored and the debuff. So it's like he's the dream hero here. So what can you orb him with? I already explained what he actually can be orbed with. Concentration, which I have him on, and what is it? Bravery. Bravery, either one is good. I feel like with this guy, it's a little more orb requirements than let's say Rock June, but this guy still does insane, ungodly amount of damage. So that's Rock June for you right there. For PvE, let's talk about PvE. This guy is one of the most overpowered PvE wise. Reason being is because he has so many breaks, so many stuns, so many everything. This one stacks, and then this one bleeds, which is insane. If you want to succeed in the Imperial boss, this guy is your friend. This guy you got to take him to a bar and drink, because this guy is a tank. He actually was used as a tank before all these control units came out, before the meta was insane. This guy was actually one of the units to be used. Reason being is because he's so big. That was actually one of the strategies to use back then, before you just spammed skills or whatever. This guy actually blocked the other heroes in arena. I mean, you still see it now, like with Chen and whatnot. But this guy You block the other hero so you won't be able to see him back. Oh man, who am I going up against? I don't know, and then you lose. Like, people had that mentality, but now the meta has changed. But this guy is still insane. Like, you can see, I don't know how to fully awaken, and I just still use him for those specific reasons. For the Imperial boss anyway. So it's not very like orb or stat required. You just need to put, like, I feel like if you have a status activation buff, like let's say Helga, which she's going to be part of the PvP. I'm going to explain it in a little bit. Oh my gosh, I've gone so, why are all my videos being so long? But I feel like these are the most overpowered. And then Paper Francisca. This girl is the paper version of June. I used to actually have a team. It was this guy actually. What I used to do. What did I used to do? I used to do. Where are you at? I used to do this. I know I had the scissors in there. I think I had elk. No, it wasn't elk. It was a healer, I believe. Dang it, I forgot who I had. Was it Yona? I completely forgot who I had. I know it wasn't Scissor Elk because this is before Scissors Elk came out. Or was it? Or I think at some point I used this team. And then this guy. So this girl buffs damage buff, and then you receive less damage on top of that. So you basically you never receive damage. I think I used it like this before, and it was something else here. Like I don't know what was here. Doesn't matter. But I used this was the team I actually used before a long time ago. I couldn't get this girl actually, but then I was able to get her, and I was able to farm Medina because of it. If you can't farm Medina, hopefully a rotation comes out with her in it, and you want to aim for her. She's one of the better. She does a big nuke damage. She doesn't do as crazy damage as Rock June, but it's still a big chunky nuke. So she's like the number 2 for a big chunky damage. And then she has the buff here. Same, you want to orb her the same way you want to orb Rock June. So with Iron Wall, you can do concentration as well. You want to stack as much defense as you can, just to apply more damage. I focus skill cooldown on everybody, so you don't need, you practically, once you have, skill cooldown is basically equivalent to skilled Dragoons, because you will bring the skill cooldown obviously down to a certain amount, and you're able to actually get your skills faster anyway. So as much skill cooldown as possible is good on her. Defense is good on her. I feel like that is really all you need. That's why she's one of the easier ones. You can put crit rate, crit damage, it don't matter. I really focused on just I don't even know what the heck this one's on her for, to be honest. I think it's just skill cooldown. And then same thing, that one has crit damage, so, and defense, so why not? But yeah, so that's she's not one of the insane ones. Once you pass mid game and you start doing the nightmare stages, you start focusing on speed runs, she's not going to be part of your team anymore. She's going to be sort of brushed off the side, unfortunately, because she's a really good unit. I really do think she's a really good unit. This guy, speaking of, I think y'all do have Yanuk. Yanuk actually is, this guy actually was one of the first healers I had, because this guy has a lifesteal, and then if there's a whole bunch, especially like let's say in the waves of let's say a scenario, right? If there are waves in scenario, he will do a circular damage. I think it even says, or it's in a cone, but basically his sword swings and he does circular damage, and then he actually heals off of all those. So if he does a lot of damage there, you'll be good. See, and like you can tell, I orbed him early game. Like these are probably horrible stat. Like look at these. Like I don't even know what the heck these. I just put on whatever on him, and I was like, oh, they're 4-star orbs. Screw it, right? But this guy was excellent. He led me throughout hell and all that, the hell stages, and he actually didn't let me. He decreased the damage. Unfortunately, this is why I use her. I used to use him a while back, but then I realized that she has a heal, so I was like, why don't I just use her in the striker position? But this guy is still good. He unfortunately, if Elk is in the team, you can't see what the team is, so I hope they fix the arena system maybe later on or change it. where you can actually see and you can probably counter it or something. I don't know, but you have this recovery ban, but if there's Scissor Elks, you'll cleanse it anyway, so it don't matter. But my phone is being laggy. Okay, there we go. But yeah, that's what made him so good. I feel like if you put him on concentration, will be the best on him, because of the fact that this skill, the more damage you do, the more life steal you heal you get. So I feel like those are the ones. Of course, Rock Arcana, I sort of got her later, and I still feel like she's not as overpowered. She's good, she's just not as overpowered. Just she has the shield, and that's what people normally use her for. She has a crit rate buff, heal, and then on top of that, you don't get debuffs. She's not crazily overpowered. She's used late game, and she used like everywhere. But I feel like I don't know. I guess we can counter her as overpowered. If you want to orb her with, I feel like the best way to orb her is with bravery. That's it. Anything else under, I don't think so. I think it's best to do it with the attack power, just because she heals. I believe she heals based off of attack power right here, the caster's attack power. So yeah, so I feel like I've gone over all the overpowered units in the game. Of course, the PvP side, this girl actually gives damage buff and status activation, so I use her in arena and in giants. So she's overpowered in her own way. She's actually very well used in PvE and PvP. She's one of the, not one of the few, but like giants, you don't, June obviously is used everywhere, but she's one of the ones that's used in PvP and giants. So yeah, so I feel like she's a good one, and of course she leaves the crit rate debuff and the damage taken debuff. So basically, you won't take as much damage. So that's always good. And I feel like that is all for the overpowered units. I would talk about the other ones, but oh my gosh, unfortunately, we're so long into the video. Again, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully this helps out y'all newer players. I know that the global server is being a little bit different. The heroes are coming out different. I hope y'all get them soon, and hopefully this will help y'all know which ones to look out for, which ones are the overpowered ones. And of course, like I said, this does not mean that the other units are bad. It's just that these are just crazy. These heroes can basically do it all. These are the ones you want to look for. So anyways, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. All right, peace.